So welcome guys, and in this video we are going to see that what is Selenium WebDriver, and in this complete series we will be learning Selenium WebDriver from scratch and to the expert level. Okay, so I guarantee that you will understand each and every concept of Selenium WebDriver, so do not worry. Okay, so in this first video I have created a PowerPoint presentation in which I have included 5 points which I think that this is very necessary for you to know the Selenium WebDriver, and I will tell you all the points from very basic. Okay, so let's begin. First point is saying that Selenium is an open source test automation tool. Okay, Selenium is an open source. What do you mean by open source? Open source means free. Okay, so from now anyone says you open source, you say that okay, this is free. Okay, so this is a free test automation tool. What is test automation tool? What is testing? First, let us know in a very basic way. Let us know that what testing is. Suppose there's a developer and he designs a website. Okay, suppose he designs a login page. Okay, login page of a website he designs. Then as a developer he will give it to you and you are the tester, and he will say to you that okay tester sir, please test this website. Okay, please test this login functionality of this particular page, whether it is functioning properly or not. You as a tester, what you will do, you will go to the email place, you will write the email, you will go to the password place, write the password, and you will click over the login button, and you will see that whether your account is opening or not, whether on entering the correct email and correct password your account is entering or opening or not. Okay, you will test this. Okay, and you will report to the developer that yes, my account opened, you have done a good programming. And then you will leave the password place empty and the email place empty, and then click over the login button. Okay, and what do you expect? You expect that no account will be opened. Okay, so if the test is positive, you will tell the developer that okay, your website has been designed correctly. When I'm entering no email and no password, no account is opening, so you have designed it correctly. And if it does open some accounts, okay, you are entering wrong password, then also it is opening your account, so there's a problem in the website and you need to report that bug. Okay, we report the bug in a Excel sheet, or we use tools like Jira and all that. Okay, so that's a separate thing of the manual testing. We will learn it into the manual testing playlist, but basically I wanted to tell what testing is. So if you want to see it live, I can show you. Wait, let's open Chrome and let's go to Facebook. Okay, so we're going to the Facebook login page. Manually I opened Chrome, manually I typed in Facebook, and manually I am opening the login page. So this is the login page what the developer has developed for. Suppose, okay, suppose that this was the login page. Now you enter any of the email, any random email, okay, dot, and any random password you enter. See, I have entered any random email. I do not know whether this exists or not. I have entered any random password, which is obviously not a valid format of the password, because the password is expected to be a capital letter, alphanumeric characters, and numbers also. Okay, so let us click on login. What do you expect? You are expecting an error to come, right? Exactly right. So error should come, and that is what the developer has to design. This is what the website has to look like, that when we enter invalid things in the email and the password placeholder. Now what placeholder is, I must tell you, this particular line of the email, this particular border which is holding the email is known as email placeholder. Okay, see my pointer, and this particular rectangle here holding the password is known as password placeholder. Okay, password placeholder. Okay, okay, and this is the login button. So what do you expect? Coming back over to Selenium, what do you expect? You expect an error here, right? So error should come. Let's click over the login. It's taking time. Let's see. See, it found something account related to that, and we couldn't find an account that matches that you enter, but we have found one that closely matches. Okay, so we can expect these kinds of error, and this has been designed perfectly. Okay, this has been designed exactly perfectly. So I must enter anything. Okay, facebooks.com, and I'm leaving the password as empty. So what do you expect? Again, you will expect an error, okay? No account registered and all that error should come. So if this happens, the developer has designed the website correctly. So this is what testing is, right? I must click on login again. See, the email address you entered isn't connected to account. Find your account and login. Okay. So what do you see here? You have seen that it is giving us an error. And if you entered a valid here, valid email and a valid password, if I enter, what will happen? It will log in into my account. Okay. And my account should open. So the website is correct and I'll report it to the developer. Okay. So this is what testing is. Okay. Coming back to the PPT, let me maximize it from beginning. Okay, so this is what test is. Okay, so Selenium is an open source test automation tool. Now what is automation tool? Automation tool, let me tell you, this point is taking some time. Okay, see, I opened the Chrome, I typed in Facebook, I click on the login link to the Facebook, I click over the email placeholder, I typed in the email, I clicked over the password placeholder, I typed in the password, I clicked over the login button. All these things I'm doing manually. But I want a software which can do it automatically. I want a software which can, open my Chrome browser automatically, type in Facebook there over the Google and click over the Facebook login link and then click over the email placeholder, type in my email here, and then I click over the password here and type in the password here and then click over the login here and give me the results that what is happening over the website. So all the manual work I have automated using a software, and Selenium is nothing but that particular software. Okay, Selenium is nothing but that particular software. So manual testing we are removing by using this Selenium WebDriver. Okay, the Selenium is an open source test automation tool. Okay, it automates your testing procedure of a website. So I hope from this first point is correctly into your mind. Okay, so Selenium is an open source test automation tool. So coming on to the second point, guys, the key components of Selenium are Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE and Selenium Grid. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE and Selenium Grid. What basically Selenium WebDriver is, we have seen in the first point. Okay, now Selenium IDE is a record and playback tool which is used for recording whatever we are doing over the website. And for suppose, let me give you an example. We open the Chrome, it will record that. We open the Chrome, it will record that. We typed in Facebook, it will record that. We clicked over the Facebook login link, it will record that okay, you clicked, and it will record everything whatever you are doing over the internet, and it will then play it back and say that okay, it clicked, okay, it typed in the password. Okay, it will record and then play back in front of you. We will come to know about the Selenium IDE in a video. Okay, but this is now not used. It is 90% abundant now. It is obsolete kind of a thing. It is not used much. Okay, because we do not have the flexibility of customizing the test case as we want. Okay, in Selenium IDE. Do not worry, I will make a video over it and you will be understanding this in a very short time. So do not worry, we do not have to study this. Okay, we have to study Selenium WebDriver. Now comes the Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid is used for distributing your test case parallelly over multiple machines. Okay, so for studying Selenium Grid, you must know Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so Selenium Grid is used, for example, I'm giving you a real-time example. Suppose you have written a test over a central machine. Okay, a test case over a central machine, and you want that Chrome must open or the login page functionality must be tested over multiple machines like Windows machines, Linux machines and Mac operating system. So Selenium Grid is used for that purpose, so that you can control your test from a central machine and test gets performed over various computers, various operating systems. Okay, so that is what Selenium Grid is used for. But for knowing the Selenium Grid, we must know the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so these are the three components of Selenium. Okay, so components are Selenium WebDriver, which is the successor, or which came after the Selenium RC, and now Selenium RC is not used. So the second component is Selenium IDE and the third component is Selenium Grid. Okay, now coming over the third point, I will tell you what Selenium IDE. Okay, what Selenium IDE is. Do not worry, guys, because if my student will worry, I will be worried that they are not able to understand. So coming over to the third point, used for testing web applications on multiple browsers like Chrome, IE, Opera, Safari, Firefox, Edge and etc. Okay, see, this is asked in a lot of interviews that what browsers does the Selenium WebDriver supports. So I opened the Chrome and tested the login functionality of the developer. Okay, on the Chrome, but I can test it. I can open Facebook on Internet Explorer. Okay, I can open Facebook on Opera. I can open Facebook on Safari, Firefox, Edge, etc. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver has the power to do all the things automatically on Chrome browser, Internet Explorer, Opera, Safari, Firefox, Edge, etc. Okay, it has the power to automate your web application over all these browsers. Now, for new people, I must tell you that what web application is. You have used phone application, right? Over the phone, you have used Play Store and all that, right? You have used, right? So whatever applications, whatever websites we are browsing over the internet, they are known as web application, and Selenium has the power to automate web applications. Okay, not the desktop application what we have. It cannot operate, you know, my computer, this PC, or you know, recycle bin. It cannot automate that. Okay, it cannot automate that. It can only automate web applications, whatever we run over the internet. Okay, so use for testing web application on multiple browsers like Chrome, IE, Opera, Safari, Firefox, Edge, and etc. Okay, now Selenium supports multiple operating systems such as Windows, macOS, Linux, etc. We have discussed this point just now earlier. Okay, so in the Selenium grid point, right, we have discussed. So Selenium supports multiple operating systems. Yes, it can perform the test over the Windows operating system. It can perform your test over the Mac operating system, Apple laptops. It can perform, you know, the test over the Linux operating system. So it supports multiple operating system. Okay. Now, coming on to the fifth point, Selenium supports multiple programming languages such as Java, JavaScript, C#, Python, Ruby. Now, what does this mean? This means that Selenium WebDriver is a tool. Okay, is it a mechanical tool? Is it a plier or a screwdriver? No, right? We have to give it instruction. We have to give it instruction to, you know, just automate all the procedure. Open the Chrome and then type in Facebook, and then, you know, click over the link of the Facebook, and then you know, type in the email placeholder, click over the password, and then type in password, and then click over the login button. So you know, we have to give it instruction. And what language does the computer tool understands? It's the programming language. So we must know the very basic. Okay, do not worry if you do not know. Go to my Java playlist and read Java for testers, and it is very basic thing that you must know of the Java. You do not have to know every logic and everything. You know, you must know basic Java programming, and at a okay and good level. Okay, not very big programmer you have to be of Java, JavaScript, C#, Python, Ruby, and only one you need to know, guys. Only one. I suggest you can go for Java into depth. Definitely, that's a very good thing. But even if you know basic thing, you may understand the Selenium WebDriver. You must know the OOPS concept, the encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism, and some basic loops and all that, guys. Okay, in Java. So this playlist is for the Selenium WebDriver with Java. Okay, you can go for JavaScript, C#, Python, and Ruby. I'll be taking later Python, but currently I'm taking Selenium WebDriver with Java. So this is what the fifth point tells, that we have to know some certain programming language to give it instructions. Okay, the Selenium WebDriver needs to go with some of the other programming language, okay. So these are the 5 points. Now let me show you. Go to the website Selenium. Okay, it's opening. See, this is the official website of Selenium, and I'm opening it. See, Selenium, it has opened. Selenium automates browser. That's it. What do you mean? It automates the browser. Automates means it makes the browser automatically run. Okay. So okay, here we can see the three components: Selenium WebDriver, IDE, and Selenium Grid, right? So you can see that Selenium IDE is record and playback, simple record and playback of the interactions with the browser. Whatever we interact with the browser, it records it, and then it plays it back. Okay, and it's a software. It gives you green ticks and red ticks that what happened, what did not happen correctly. Okay, it's not used now, so I'll create 1 or 2 videos over it, and you can see it is very simple. Okay, coming out to the Selenium WebDriver, you know, it's the main tool for automating the browser, and we need to write certain scripts and create certain soups. What are all these terminologies? I will tell you, do not worry. Okay, you can read all these things if you are able to understand, and if you are not able to understand, do not worry. I'm again and again saying, do not worry, have patience, you will come to know everything. Okay, see here what it is written in the Selenium Grid. I must tell you one thing, what I said earlier. If you want to scale by distributing and running tests on several machines and managing multiple environments from a central point. See, several machines, if you want to run your tests on several machines and manage multiple environments from a central point, right? You need Selenium Grid. But to use Selenium Grid, we need Selenium WebDriver, and it is written here to distribute script across many environments. We need Selenium WebDriver to distribute script across many environments. So first and the foremost, and our hero is Selenium WebDriver, we need to learn this. I am taking over it. Okay, so we need to learn Selenium WebDriver. You can go over, read more, and you can read many things. You can also go over the documentation on the website and look over to the documentation and read it, overview, the WebDriver, okay, the grid and all that. You can have some knowledge over here. I'm not reading it because it will take a lot of time of mine in this video, and video will be too long. So now next time someone asks you that what basically Selenium WebDriver is, I hope you will be able to explain them all the points which I taught you right now, and you'll be a pro in front of them that yes, I know the introduction of Selenium WebDriver and what it is used for. So let us meet in the next video. Thank you.